Welcome guys to Paper Person Playtime. So starting this month and going for the rest of next year. This is a new video series that will be on my channel as well as my scrappy friend Christina Sorge's channel. The two of us treated ourselves to a 1-year subscription to Kelly Perky's Paper Person Kit Club. I'm showing you all of the elements that are in the kit. So these kits are not big. They are nice, small, lovely kits. They include some exclusive products. They include some pattern papers from other companies. They always include a stamp set. And I'm really impressed with mine. I live in the US and the monthly rate for the subscription was $25. So, and that includes shipping, tax, the whole thing. So a really great kit. If you have been around my channel much, you know that I am not a fan of large scrapbooking kits. I like smaller ones because then I actually have the reasonable assumption that I can use all of these products up by the end of the month, and I don't feel like I'm wasting money, and I don't feel like the kits are stacking up. So we're going to do this series every other Tuesday from now until the end of 2021. Be sure to head over and check out Christina's channel. We're going to be playing with all kinds of different projects. I'm going to be doing a 8.5 by 11 scrapbook layout today. You can see here, I'm just going through all of the kit contents. So for November, we got this huge stamp set, which is so cool. And then you also get the printables that come in your email so you can print out extra cards. And what that means is that those double-sided cut-apart sheets, you don't have to pick which one you want to use. You can print the cards out, have the cards, and then use the pretty patterns in your scrapbooking. These kits are designed for any size scrapbooking. So this could be 12 by 12. It could be 8.5 by 11. It could be pocket pages. It could be traveler's notebook pages. It could be whatever you want to do. Super versatile. And Kelly Perky always has like the best designs. So thinking about using that one, I decided to go with something else in the end. So I kept this part of the video at normal speed because I wanted to give you a really good look at all of the kit in case you are interested or in the market or looking for a fun kit subscription. And this is an add-on that I purchased. This is the Comfy. It's called the Cozy stamp set. Anyway, these kits sell out super fast. December's kit is already sold out. There are no more subscription spots left. But if you want to, I would sign up for their email and then you could start with January. And just a quick aside, these are kits that I purchased. I signed up for a 1-year subscription. So I know it's always a good idea to know if someone received a kit for free or if they're actually paying real money for them. I'm paying real money for mine. All right, I have 2 photos here and I've chosen a white 8.5 by 11 cardstock background, and let's get creating. So I decided to start with this beautiful stripy paper. Oh, that stripy paper is gorgeous. And again, like I said, you can print out the digital PDFs so you're not losing anything if you choose to use the pattern instead of the cut aparts on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut this strip of paper 2 inches wide, and then I'm going to place it to the right of my page. I know I'm going to place it to the right of my page, but I want to map my photos with a different pattern. So I'm just going to go through the papers here and find one that I think would be a good mat for my photos, and I choose this like light pink pretty one because my photos are a bit dark, so adding a light pattern behind them will help them to stand out. The photos I'm using are 3 by 4, so I'm cutting my mats at 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. For me, the first layout of a new kit is always the hardest because you're just not sure exactly what's in the kit. You have to kind of keep coming back to it, figuring out, you know, what's there, what you want to use, and all of that. But by the time you bust out 1 or 2 layouts, you know what's there, and you're like, whoop, whoop, you can just put them together quick. Okay, so I really like the colors I've chosen. I think that works really well. I decide that I need another little strip of pattern paper, but I want it to be a bit thinner. And so what I did was I just took that, I flipped the cut apart sheet around, so I was just trimming off like the edge of the cards I'd already cut into to get the other strip. And now I have a small strip to add down the other side of my page. So I decided that I wanted to rough up the edges and add some Distress Oxide Vintage Photo to all of these parts that I have cut from my layout. So I'm going to do that main strip of paper. I'm going to do the mats for the photos, and I'm going to do that second kind of thinner strip. So I'm just going to use my awesome, amazing, trusty paper rougher-upper and then a little bit of ink for all those pieces. Go ahead and mat my photos onto that pink, which I think really, really helped to make them look a little less darker. And they kind of set them. There are some pink tones in the photos, so that really worked out well. And I'm going to do this little kind of secondary strip, same way, roughing it up, adding some Distress Oxide in Vintage Photo. I'm going to grab my never-ending roll of Big Mama foam tape from Spiegel Mom Scraps. You can always find a link to her shop in the description box below, so you can grab a Big Mama roll of foam tape for you too. And if you use the affiliate link that's down there, I think you get a discount of 15%. So that's fabulous. I'm going to go ahead and pop up just one of the photos, not both, because I wanted to bring some dimension to the layout, but I also know that I want my photos to kind of overlap a little bit. One of my very favorite parts of these kits are the fact that you get these amazing stamp sets. These stamp sets designed by Kelly Perky are actually like created for scrapbookers. They're created for people who are documenting with the stamps, which I think is amazing. So I definitely wanted to use some of the stamps on this layout. I'm going to start with the big one, which is called the Extra Large Day-to-Day stamp set. I went ahead and looked up what day of the week, what month of the year, the date that this photo was taken. I'm using some Sangria ink from Catherine Pooler. You guys know I love my Catherine Pooler inks. So I went through and I grabbed 3 shades of ink that matched the colors in this kit. So I have Sangria, Hot Tub, and then I'm going to use a little Tutti Frutti too, which is that lovely deep orangey color. So the day-to-day stamp set has like the big days of the week, you can see there, and then you can add a little phrase inside of the days of the week, which I think is super duper cute. I'm just going to add the Saturday because that was the day of the week that the photos were taken, and then this was December, so I'm going to add the month into that little open space. Next, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a couple of the stamps from the Cozy set. I end up using 2 of them, I think. So one of them is going to go down below my photo in the hot tub. And so I'm going to add that little stamp, and then below it I'm going to add the date the photos were actually taken. And then I'm going to use another stamp set from the Cozy collection. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate the colors for this one. So I'm going to use some Hot Tub and some Tutti Frutti ink. I'm going to use the same phrase, but I'm going to alternate the colors. So I'm going to do Hot Tub, then I'm going to clean my stamp, then I'm going to do Tutti Frutti, and I'm going to create kind of like a border that goes down the side of that small strip. And I said 2 colors, but actually I did use 3. I used all 3 of them. So it goes Hot Tub, Tutti Frutti, then the Sangria. And then I'm just going to kind of alternate that text down the side of my page. I flicked through the die cuts quick, but in the end, I opt to not use any. You'll see why in a minute. I really have kind of a lot of journaling, and I also wanted to keep my layout a bit on the simple side, mostly because, again, this is the first time I'm using the kit. I decided to grab some printables. So these are labels. They're journaling labels. They are a printable from Nicole Jones 911. I don't know if you have ever heard of her. She's an amazing YouTuber. She also has this amazing printable shop. I'm completely obsessed with her labels and tags and all of that. These journaling labels are the best because they come in all different colors and they have journaling lines on them. And I know that I have a lot of journaling here. So I'm kind of going through them and thinking about how I want to incorporate my journaling. I think leaning towards doing my journaling as a set of labels. And then I'm going to decide to go ahead and add my title. So let's talk a little bit about these photos and the story and how I'm going to document this and why I'm documenting it. So these photos are from 2018. They're from when we first got our mini dachshund Fitz. So this was when my kids I was at home, I was taking care of my grandpa. My husband Barry took the kids to meet Fitz for the first time. So Fitz is only like maybe 2 or 3 weeks old in this photo. And my husband was taking video to show me how cute he was and all that. And in the video, my husband says, "Oh, look, he's licking you." Well, 2 years later, Fitz is like the biggest licker. And we laugh about that video so much because every time he like goes and licks us, we're like, "Oh, look, he's licking me." So the journaling for this page is current journaling. So it's 2020 journaling. But the photos from 2018. It's going to go in my 2020 book, though, because the journaling is from 2020, and I feel like that's where it makes the most sense. So while the photos are from 2018, the journaling is 2020, and the story is from 2020, so that's where it's going. But I know that I'm going to need a lot of journaling. So I'm just using the Kelly Perky alphabet stamps right now. I'm adding the title, which is, "Oh, look, he's licking you." Now I'm going to go in, and I had bought a couple of grab bags from the Paper Person shop on Black Friday. So I'm kind of looking through. One of the grab bags I got was all labels. So I'm kind of just flicking through them to see what colors I have, see if I want to use them. In the end, I decided to go with all of the Nicole Jones printables simply because they have lines on them, and I had a lot of journaling. And I also thought it'd be fun to get a bunch of labels and kind of tell my story with labels down the side of my page and photo. So that's what I'm going to do. So each one of the labels is going to go ahead and get a bit of journaling, and then I'm going to trim off the side of the label so that I can tuck it under my photo. And I really, really like how it looks. I think it turned out really good. And then the last label is, I'm going to leave it just like this. I'm not going to go ahead and trim it. And it's going to finish up my journaling. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoy this new lovely series that Christina and I are starting. Be sure to head over and check out Christina's layout because she's scrapbooking puppy pictures too, and it's so cute. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will talk to you all again tomorrow. Bye.